Adam, can you, I guess, sum up how you're feeling right now?
Oh, incredibly disappointed. You know, we put ourselves into what we thought was a winning position, 44 points up, and we weren't able to hang on or capitalise. We thought we'd learned our lessons from last week against the Swans, 28 points up against them, and 6 goals to 2 in the last quarter. Well, tonight it was the same story, unfortunately. So it would appear we haven't yet learnt that lesson to still be proactive, to execute the system as best as we can, to remain aggressive, to be aware of the opposition when they do roll the dice a little bit and roll forward, as you do in those moments. To be safe and strong in contest and win the ball. We're just not we're not the finished product yet, and I've been saying that all year. Unfortunately, it's evident, and so that's disappointing. But we've just got to improve. We got some feedback today that we weren't good enough, and we got feedback last week, and we're not yet a premiership brand, and we've got to continue to work towards that.
Does it hurt even more that you've been able to open up those almost match-winning leads 2 weeks in a row, and just, I guess, fallen short when it's really...
Well, it does. I mean, you put yourself in a position to win the game, you should win the game. And we haven't. And so we'll accept that. It's obviously tough in the moment right now. It was tough last week, but that's the reality. So we need to accept it, we need to learn from it.
You were challenged twice there in that third term, 44 points up, and the Lions kicked 5 in 9 minutes. You were able to respond that time. What do you think was different in the final quarter, I guess?
Well, the final quarter was the same as really the Swans game, to be fair. We didn't cope with the contest as well as what we would have liked. They capitalised on their opportunities. We didn't really challenge them the other way. Even though we felt like, and we certainly addressed it, we just didn't execute it, and so that'll be one of the things that we need to work on across the summer in preparation for next season is how to address those moments, how to deal with them better. We've had those moments across the year, so it's really no surprise. Unfortunately, we haven't really been able to fix it to the level that we would be satisfied. We've had some really strong games where we have, but all in all, we've had too many moments where the opposition have capitalised and won games in short periods of time against us. And we finished top 4. We won. What did we win? 15 games maybe. That's fantastic, and we're certainly very proud of that. But ultimately, we've got to build our game into being a premiership standard game, and it's not quite there yet.
How did you go about addressing the boys after?
I just spoke about basically what I'm saying now is there's large chunks of our game that are in really good order, but moments in games, whatever it is, whether it's ground ball, whether it's a stoppage, whether it's body work, whether it's an aerial contest, whether it's goal kicking, whether it's an inside 50 kick, whether it's whatever it is, moments. You've got to be better than the opposition in more moments, and you've got to win the critical ones. And I felt like for the most part we were pretty good in moments, but we let some slip, and when it became really critical, they were far better than us.
What was the main emotion for you that last quarter? Was it frustration, disappointment?
Everything. Yeah, it was everything. I mean, you've established a lead, I don't know, 25 points up at three-quarter time, where we spoke specifically about it. We addressed it during the week. We knew, like, the players knew what I was going to tell them at three-quarter time because we rehearsed it yesterday. Unfortunately, our actions weren't able to sort of back it up.
Efficient goal kicking has kind of been a story of your year so far, but the last 2 weeks there's been a lot of chances that have just sprayed wide, missed chances that you normally take.
Yeah.
Was that something that was spoken about much this week after the Swans game, or anything in particular?
No, not really, no. I think our goal kicking is usually quite good. We had opportunities tonight. They would say they had opportunities tonight too. Just a small part of the game. Well, it's an important part of the game, don't get me wrong, but it was a small part of tonight's game. I'm not sure it was the reason.
I know it's hard to kind of reflect when the result hasn't gone your way, but Jesse was enormous again and was doing everything he could in that forward line tonight.
Yeah, and we need to support him a little better. And so we've known that. I I think when you look at our forward line, it is still really quite young with some of the players that we've played there across the course of the year. You know, Harvey Thomas didn't play tonight, Toby McMullen didn't play. They're both 19 and 20-year-olds who have contributed really strongly across the course of our year. Darcy Jones, Aaron Cadman have grown as the years progress. So, you know, that's 4 of your 7 or 8 ahead of the ball are really quite young, 19 or 20. So I think we've got a lot of growth there, and I think the support will come. I thought Toby was a lot better tonight in terms of challenging, you know, certainly far better than what he was in round 22 against Starcevic, so that was great. Yeah, everyone plays their bit part, but we've got to just do a little bit more.
What must be hard to sort of reflect on it straight after such a costly defeat, but what are the positives that you think you can take away from the season and even the last couple of weeks where you're able to show some really good football against the top sides?
I think it's, well, I don't know whether it is, to be fair. I think to us it's clear that when we play a Giants brand of footy, it can compete with and beat any team in the competition. We need to do it for longer, we know that. But we can't expect to win 4 quarters either, so we've got to be able to deal with opposition momentum a little better. You know, I think we've seen great growth with our playing group. I think we've increased our versatility throughout the year. We've been able to introduce new players into new positions and grow them. Yeah, so it's hard to reflect on the season right now, to be fair, but there would be a couple of things that come to mind.
Cobb's subbed out of the game. Obviously, I think people leave cheekbone. Do you have any other details there?
Yeah, no, I don't. He's gone home, so that's probably a good sign, I think. I'm not sure the extent of it, or the severity, or whatever, you know.